What's going on, guys? Jacoborth back here with another video of Jacob's Life in Vegas, and I am joined again by this lady that you guys remember from my other videos. This is Lacey.
Hey guys, Lacey, your Las Vegas gal.
Yes,
That's what they know me as.
Okay, she is the Las Vegas gal. Yes,
You're the Las Vegas guy.
You're right, I
Yeah.
am. To a lot of people,
Yeah.
I am. So, gonna do a video with you guys today answering your most common questions about rentals here in Las Vegas. Because a lot of you looking to move here to Las Vegas or Henderson or North Las Vegas, anywhere here in Southern Nevada. Most people are going to be renting, right? Not everyone's going to be looking to buy a home or a property. So most of you are going to be looking to rent. So I want to do a video just talking about some most common questions you guys have asked me. And Lacey here is going to be the one answering these questions.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, so we're talking all about the rental process here in Las Vegas. You know, certain things are going to apply just to whether anywhere you're trying to rent, and other things might be more specific to the type of rental you're trying to do, okay? So I'll go with the first one I have here. Let's see. So best time to start looking for rentals.
Okay, so the rental market right now is crazy. And by that I mean there's not a lot of rentals available. The inventory is very limited. So it's forcing people to hurry up and apply, even if they maybe kind of might like it based on one photo. So I always say, a lot of people who are thinking about moving here are like a year out going, oh, can you send me some rentals? And I'm like, no, because they're going to be gone in 3 days. So no, I'm not going to send you rentals a year out. I always recommend 90 days is the max. So I'd say 90 days, be ready to start applying 60 days out. And then at 45 days is like crunch time. Does that help? I don't know. Is that a good answer?
So I'm just within a couple months.
Yeah,
right?
No more than 90 days because you're going to get frustrated seeing all these houses go off the market.
Yeah.
But at 60 days, you need to get serious about applying for some that you may want to get into because the process is not easy. There's a lot of multiple applications for each place. There's a lot of stuff going on. And sometimes the approval process takes a while.
Right. So if you're months out, 4, 5, 6 months or more out, I mean, look
Too
around,
far.
maybe see what's available, but don't plan on applying for anything until you're within like a couple months.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, perfect. So we'll go to the next question on here. The typical requirements for rentals. These are what people want to know, right? Especially those coming from different states. Sometimes worry about how we do things here in Clark County.
Yeah, so Vegas is the wild, wild west, right? So rentals is an interesting thing. So there's two types of rentals. There's a rental that's being managed by a property management company, and then there's a rental that's being managed by the owner, and then there's apartments, which is separate, and we can talk about that in a minute. But the rentals, because every property is different, they're going to all ask for different stuff. But the basics, stuff that you need to kind of focus on before you try to make the move here is get your credit score up. Some of them will not approve you if you're under like a 620, which for some people is tough if you've had some life events happen and all of that. So get your credit score up as much as you can. Good rental history. They're going to want to call your previous landlord. They're just going to. And if it's your first time renting, you better get ready to have some letters written on your behalf because it's really tough, especially relocating. They just, they don't know that you've lived in the valley. They don't know how long you'll stay. So credit is definitely a #1 requirement. A lot of people get bent out of shape when the application says, give me your social. And I'm like, they have to run your credit. Why do I have to give my social? They have to run your credit. So credit. Income is really important. So it's like credit, income, and rental history. Those are the 3 things. So they typically ask for 2 to 3 months of bank statements or 2 to 3 months of pay stubs if you have a job. Now, you're relocating to Vegas. Most people don't necessarily have a job lined up when they come, which can make it really tricky. And it's again case by case with the condo or house or whoever that you're applying to. You have to make sure that you are going to be ready to have a story to tell them that you do have income or that you have a ton of savings to prove to them that you can prepay and make them feel better about letting you move in. So really, credit. You got to show pay stubs, or if you're relocating, you have to get a letter from your job saying that they're relocating you. If you work from home, they're going to require a letter as well. And then just making sure that, your ducks are in a row is really important. Credit, income, job stability.
Yeah, those are things they want to see. So, so if someone's coming here and they don't have a job lined up yet, what do you recommend? Just get something to start get some income?
Yeah, I think there's a couple ways you can go about it. You can just get a Starbucks job or whatever you need to do to be able to show that you have a steady job. Steady job is important. A job is one thing. Steady job is important. Again, this is case by case, so I'm just speaking in generalities. My recommendation always is if you can just hang tight on the relocation time and put some money away, sock some money away, 2-3 months worth of income. I know it's hard to do, but it's worth it because it makes the transition that much easier. People are going to trust you and allow you to rent far easier and far faster if they see that you can show them a bank statement saying you have X number of dollars in the bank and you're willing to prepay a few months. That gives them a little bit of warmth when it comes to that. It's going to take time to get a job out here, So yeah, it's tough. So I always say either get just any old job, and as long as it's going to cover what you need to get into the rental, cool. And if you can't just get any old job, or you're trying to do something a little bit more, see if you can sock away some cash.
Okay, cool. So,
I know that sucks because a lot of people are like, well, great, now I have to wait.
Yeah.
I know you want to move here, but.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or, do an Airbnb for a few weeks and while they get situated and find a place, which people do that too. People come here and they go bounce around places temporarily while they're working a job until they can find a place permanently. So,
storage facilities are cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you have options, guys. It's tough, but you do have some options when it comes to, trying to move here with the whole job thing, with that being a requirement for a rental.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next one here. Let's see. Application process and how it varies from house to house.
All right. So we touched on that a little bit, but I just want to reiterate. So, trying to find a rental without a realtor right now in the market that we're in is really hard. A lot of these rentals, they list it, goes onto Zillow and goes onto all these websites, and people are just blowing up their phone, and then they just stop answering the calls, or they don't return the calls for several days. So having a realtor help you is super important. I'm just going to be real. Most realtors don't want to have shit to do when it comes with, am I allowed to say shit? Is that allowed? Or you can beat me out. Or they don't want to have anything to do with rentals. Sorry, I didn't know if your channel was good or not. That's who I am, sorry.
I think we're talking to adults.
Welcome to Las Vegas.
Everyone's an adult watching.
Most realtors don't want anything to do with rentals because it's a lot of work of running around and showing properties. And you honestly, just to be very transparent, you get like $200, $300, maybe $400 for all your work. So, with the people so focused on time is money and whatever, it's the same process as buying a house. People obviously are going to focus more on buyers and sellers. With that being said, I am okay working with renters because I do know that at some point, if you're a renter, you may end up buying, and hopefully you'll choose to do that with me if I was the one who got you into your rental. The reason I'm saying all of this is the process for applying for homes is best if you go through a realtor. The realtor can get you into the house. They have a lockbox key, so that makes it super easy. You're not waiting for someone to show up and make an appointment to see the house after 12 other people have already been there. Secondly, the realtor can contact the other agent and speak their lingo and try to help negotiate and find out timelines and really get you through the door faster than you just showing up with an application or pushing something through online. So if you're interested, obviously we'll talk about it at the end, but find a realtor like me or me, whoever, that wants to be okay with and wants to give their time to people who are renting. It's very hard to come by.
Okay, cool.
But it's different from every house to house, I'm just saying.
Exactly, yeah. And especially if you're coming from out of state or something, it can help to have someone on the ground level, working on your behalf if you're not even here yet or whatever the case is. Or if you are here, you know the area, you can have someone who does know the area help you out. Mm-hmm. So it can be a benefit to have someone like a realtor working with you.
Yeah. Sorry, one more thing. So the process for applying is essentially you say you like a house. The realtor, me, whoever, will call and say, hey, do you have any applications? Is it still available? What's the timeline? The realtor can get all that data and information. Then you move to, yes, we saw the house, we like it, or we saw a video of the house if you're relocating and you can't be here. And then the last step is submit your application, which again requires something different for every house. So that would be up to your realtor to give you all the requirements and help you through the process to make sure that you have the best chance possible.
Okay, cool. So someone looking to rent a house, condo, townhome. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about how that is different from an apartment. This is a big one people have too, because a lot of people look to go to apartments, some look for homes. Yeah. But most people, I would say, well, I don't know about most, but a large chunk, they just want to get an apartment and get someplace to get on their feet.
And I love that. I always recommend, if you don't know where you want to buy and you don't know Vegas well enough to put your roots down, I'm always all about rent for 6 months, rent for a year. I think that's the best route. And I know apartments obviously provide a lot more inventory than the houses and condos and townhomes. So here's the difference. Realtors have access to inventory when it comes to houses, condos, and townhomes. Right. Apartments, that's a separate thing.
Here in Nevada.
Here in Nevada.
State to state's different.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about any other state. Yeah.
When I was in California, a realtor could get apartment listings for you, but here in Nevada, it's just different.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say I have some relationships with some of the apartment complexes in town. So it's not that they're off the books. I just don't know what inventory they have. I would go to their website and see the same thing you would. But they're really good to work with realtors. They're really awesome when it comes to, if you bring them in, they take extra special care of you. So it's still smart to reach out to a realtor to discuss that. So what I try to offer people is, I'm happy to help you find the house that you want to live in, or the condo, or even the apartment. The difference is going to be, I'm not going to be able to show you, sell you, quote rates, quote prices, or inventory for anything related to apartments, because I just don't have it. I can guide you though. So, you know, when it comes to like, hey, Lacey, you know, thanks so much. We're only looking for an apartment, but here's 3 that we found on apartments.com. What do you think of each of these? I'm happy to like reply and say, this area is this way, this area is that, you know, to tell you what's going to be best for your lifestyle. So that's kind of the service I can provide as it comes to apartments, but that's about it. And then if you happen to be in town and you want to go to one of the ones that I have a relationship with, of course I can go with you. I can give you the scoop, and then it benefits everybody. So works that way.
Yeah.
Houses, I'll hold your hand the whole way.
Yeah. So someone's house, condo,
townhome,
you know, you can help them with that. If looking for apartment, you know, so you can help them some.
Yeah.
If looking for a room, just to rent a room in a house.
I don't know. Sorry. I don't know how to look that up.
No, so I'm just trying to cover as much as I can for everybody
How did you find, when you in the past have rented rooms, or if you know people who have rented rooms, how have you found out about that? Craigslist?
Craigslist is a good way to go. I've told this story a couple times on the channel a couple times over the years. I mean, for those of you that, you know, maybe haven't heard it, I did move here, or I came here for a week before I even graduated from college yet. And, you know, I contacted every person I could think of in California to see if they knew anybody out here in Las Vegas. A few people did. And I was fortunate that I was able to meet up with someone who, you know, helped me look for jobs and that kind of thing. And then they were like, hey, I know there's a room available over at this place.
Oh, so it was like a referral, like a friend told you.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I, you know, met the guy when he was here, but I mean, I pulled every string I could and went to everything I could before I got here to try to make sure I had a place to stay, and, you know, wound up working out well for me. It was just a guy who, you know, actually lives in California. He has had a house here, and, you know, he was just doing it all himself. He didn't have a property management company. He was doing the whole thing on his own. So I got to talk to him, you know,
that's cool.
one-to-one.
Thank goodness, because the property management companies can be tough. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, but you never know how your situation is going to work out until you try, until you come. You never know how it's going to pan out for you. So, you know, if you need help, then someone like Lacey is here. She can definitely take all the people contacting her a lot better than I can. She takes a lot off of my plate. It's
been a lot, but they all love you. Did you know that? Like, every person that reaches out is like, I love Jacob. He's amazing. I watch his videos all the time. And then I'm like, hello from Lacey and Jacob and Jacob's Life in Vegas, because otherwise they're never going to answer my emails. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's really been cool to join your community and kind of talk to your people.
Exactly. So it's been cool to have Lacey too, because she just said we've known each other for a while now.
Yeah.
And, you know, it helps me a lot on the channel. I know it helps a lot of you, but it winds up working out well for everyone involved, that she can handle all that stuff, because I cannot.
And I'm actually responding, which is a good thing. So if you don't hear from me, then you must have put your information in the sheet wrong, because I am all caught up, okay? And I will always be caught up.
So for those of you looking for rentals here, okay, link is going to be down below, right? You can fill out the form there. It'll go right to Lacey. That's the way to get in touch with her, trying to find a place here to rent. If you have any questions about that, she can help you, stuff personal to your situation. She is the go-to person for this kind of thing, okay? So guys, any other help with rentals, any other questions, things like that, link down below. It'll go to Lacey and she'll get in touch with you.
That's right. And then I think too, if you're still, you know, I know Jacob provides a lot of amazing videos, but if you want kind of day-to-day content to just stay in touch with what it's like to live in Vegas, they can follow me on Instagram. They should be following you on Instagram too.
Yeah,
Jacob's Life in Vegas.
All that stuff will be down below. Good. So you guys can get in touch with her a variety of ways and she'll help you out, okay? So I think we've covered it all.
I think we're good. Okay. I said a bad word. I hope I'm not in trouble.
Alrighty guys, I think it's going to be it for this video. We are all done. Please comment down below and make sure you get in touch with Lacey. Alright guys? That's it for this one. I'm Jacob. This is My Life in Vegas.
And I'm Lacey, and I'm joining your life in Vegas.
Yes, you are.